He-Thom here is my first video ever of my Motu collection, December 2019. Go into the room here and take a quick spin around the room, and then we'll go into detail what we have in here. All right, there's the quick spin. It's a small room. I tell everyone, don't pick the smallest room in your house when you're picking a room for your collection. We'll go ahead and start up here and go to the top of the room. We have the two food trays. We have a lot of merch in here, a lot of boxed merch or carded merch. A lot of the stamps. We have the zipper clips. Up here we have the Fright Zone in the box, the Snake Mountain in the box. And right here is one of my grail pieces, is the Castle Grayskull in the box. Beautiful, beautiful box. It needs to be probably in a case and graded. Up here at the top we have some of the unopened party favors, which is actually pretty common for old merch. I see it a lot at shows. Here we have some of the Screech and Zor and Laser Bolt. We got a wallet up there. Roton, Attack Track, Bashosaurus, the Road Ripper. Got a button on, a Dragon Walker. Now here, these are pretty neat. These are big boots, which is actually, these are prototypes and they were never produced. So these are the four. There's two He-Man and two Skeletor. You can see the Skeletor actually doesn't even have a face on it, but these were never produced. They got the license from Mattel for He-Man, and for whatever reason they were never produced. Down here we have a lot of the mini statues. The mini statues here are in box. I probably have the majority of them. There's a few of them that are pretty rare that I don't have. Got some of the knockoff stuff here. Some of the trading cards. Here we have Clawful, Clamp Champ, Evelyn. We have Tongue Lasher and Mantenna. Here's some of my favorite new stuff is the Filmation 7-inch Club Grayskull. I have the majority of them. There's a few I'm missing, but these are all Evil Warriors here. Trapjaw being one of my favorites of all time. In the display case down here we have some of the loose statues that I have not found carded yet. Soap dispenser, flashlight, AM radio, some cups. This is another one of my favorite pieces. This is a Mexican knockoff here, or not, I'm sorry, not a knockoff, a bootleg of He-Man and Battle Cat. As you can see, there's several weapons that never belonged to He-Man, and they're all kind of fused together. And the Battle Cat is actually hollow inside, so it's not a full replica. It's just the outer mold. Here we have the Slime Pit Bubble Bath, still sealed, never opened. Some of the first video games, the handhelds, the telephones, the brass Battle Cat, the animated alarm clock, the toothbrush, the camera, some of the cards never opened. Up here, these are brand new actually, so they're not vintage, but I just really like them. That's the Super 7 vintage style Japanese boxed Skeletor and He-Man. Some of the fun stickers I have on my display case. We have the Intellivision game. We have the wallet, crayons, just a cassette tape here, pencil sharpener. Down here we just have a lot of the vehicles loose. Got two of the dinosaurs in here. The other one's hanging from the ceiling, we'll get to in a minute. Spydor, one of my favorites. Monstroid, I think's his name. Pretty Pretty weird toy. All it does is spin and grabs characters, and that's about it. Some more there, some of the loose ones. Another Fright Zone. The gate is the one piece there that always breaks, but I have a few extra gates. To finish this wall off, we have both the He-Man and the Skeletor vintage costumes. So we have the shields, Skeletor's belt. I don't know if there's ever a He-Man belt there. I just have, that's the pieces I have. I don't know if they're complete or not. Starting the second wall here, we have a lot of the stamps. So there's stamps, all carded. Some of the puffy stickers. I always love the old puffy stickers. Here we have some more clip-ons, all carded. The toothpaste topper. I know there's a Skeletor and a He-Man. I just have the Skeletor. Here's some of the pencil toppers, which I believe are just the soft head from the figures, and they just made them into the pencils there. Some wind socks, which I guess is just another name for a kite. Some of the puzzles down there. Up here we have the 2000X little tiny figures. I think I have them all except for the actual, just the He-Man. Just because if you type in mini He-Man, they're just everything in the world comes up, so it's really hard to even on eBay it's hard to search for those. He-Man eraser, just the logo on the wall. Some crayons there. I think this is a complete set of all the erasers. There's a birthday candle, clock, some more 2000X. And here we begin every vintage loose figure with all complete and with every comic. Now I don't have the ones that were late in the line, the laser sword ones. I don't have the He-Man and Skeletor yet, but that's on my wish list. We got the movie figures, Horde Trooper. Just gonna go through here. Everyone's favorite. I have the original cape, original weapon, Scareglow. Some Hordax here. Snake Men. Some of the movie figures. Squeeze, which had to be in a slightly larger box because he wouldn't fit into the star cases. These are fun. These are the 2-pack minis. So they're just a little, I think there's a heroic warrior and evil warrior in each one of those. So I have all of them, and there's more coming in 2020, I believe. Here we have all the 2000X. I think we have every single one of them besides maybe one paint variation. They're all on card. Some of the cards are pretty beat up, but they're all there. So if you pull one of these off here, there's the variations, things like that. Down here, just more of the 2000X. Once again, I love the 2000X. I just think they're so different than the classics and the Filmation and the Super 7. They're just they're just different. So I really like them. Some of the cooler ones that are hard to find that I have in cases is the Cyclone with the red repaint, and then the blood red Skeletor. So I actually have those in cases here. Probably what I'm lacking the most of is the New Adventures of He-Man. I have, you know, five or six carded ones, but missed out on a really good lot from Canada where someone had about 20 of them. Still hoping I can score that. Always swore I'd never get into the reaction figures, but you know, as a collector, everybody knows we say that, and then we get into them. So I have a pretty good collection of the reaction. Some of the few exclusive ones from some of the cons, but over here, as I keep going down this second wall, most of the commemorative, actually all of them except for the the two, I think it's Prince Adam and Moss Man, that were in multiple packs. I don't have those, but I do have all the single ones. So let's see if I can get that back on there. Down here we have, I think we have all the 2000X vehicles besides one. I think it's a battle station or something like that. I haven't found yet. I don't know if that was only a European release or not, but it seems like everyone who has one's overseas. I have some pops, not a huge pop guy, but if I see them cheap enough, I'll pick them up. So eventually, now that they're not making them anymore, I'll have all of them. Here's the 2000X line that's in the different boxes. There's my Faker, probably the coolest one out of the 2000X line. Down here is just my variants. I didn't think I would get in the variants, but I started to. You know, this one says button back there. So these are different variations of the vintage figures, all loose. Starting this third wall over here, more puffy stickers. The original weapons pack. This is Thunder Punch He-Man's ammo, which I'm really bummed out once I found out that there's a third section there. So even though I found that pretty cheap at one of the toy shows, I just found out that that's actually chopped off there. So there actually used to be a third section of caps. Some unopened pencils, a complete slime pit in box, a Spider in box, jet sled up there, some animation. Love my Skeletor bank. There's a lot of these hologram. Hologram was big in the 80s, so there's a lot of these stickers. So when we get to the classics, the thing about the classics, there's so many of them, and they're so expensive. I basically just collect the classics that are all original characters from the original line. So you can see Evil Lyn, Moss Man, Scareglow. You know, they dive deep into the archives and random figures, which I'm just not into. So eventually maybe I'll get them all. There's He-Man there. Some more of the mini statues. Here's my Castle Grayskull. Unfortunately, I just don't have the room to display it, but it's a complete Grayskull. Some of the Ultimates. Some of the, which I have a bunch more on their way, but a bunch of the 2000X cars. These are brand new, but they're cool. The Mega Constructs. Those are all the loose ones that are out right now in the pack. My Classics Grayskull box, which we'll get to in a minute. Everyone knows Snake Mountain there, complete. Even with the chains there that are unbroken. A loose slime pit that I play with every now and then. All right, so moving on to this third wall. These are my loose vintage vehicles that I can actually play with. So they're out on my little table I made here. Here's the Grail piece, a 100% complete Eternia, besides I'm missing the box. So if you don't consider the box, it's as part of the toy, it's 100% complete. I just don't have the box. Back here in the back we have the instructions, the storybook, and the mini comic. I'm just kind of running out of room here. So get some of the random figures out and I'll play with them on the play set. So I've got King Hiss out there right now taking over Eternia. Once again, these are just kind of beaters that I play with. You know, we got the Battle Cat and Panther, and over here, Wind Raider, Battle Bones. Now that's on my wish list. I need a Battle Bones in the box, but I don't have a Battle Bones in the box yet. So if you're watching this and you have one, message me and hopefully I can get one of those. I have a lot of the classics vehicles. There's the Griffin there. There's the Battle Ram, the Wind Raider, Battle Lion. Back here in the back, some of the Loyal Subject boxes. some prints from some of the exclusives from some of the cons there. Same thing with in the back. Here's the Battle Cat bouncer, one of my favorite pieces. Had to drive about 5 hours to pick that up. Another one of my favorite pieces is one of the original toy displays. Is double-sided. It's all molded plastic, so it's 3D on each side. A child's art smock, I guess is what you call it. Some school stuff there. There's a laundry bag, which I think is kind of a random piece, but it's in the original bag there. Up here is just more of the 2000X. I wish I had more room to where I could put all the 2000X in one area and the classics in one area and things like that. I just don't have the room. This used to be a home office and I converted it to my toy room. So here's a Point Dread original in the box. Some of the Super 7 original figures there. Game for Eternity, which is complete. Some shampoo bottles, Skeletor, the case, He-Man's shampoo, a costume in the original box there. Now this guy right here is one of my all-time favorites. Really needs to be in a better box to protect it. But this is not a commemorative. This is actually the original gift pack of Battle Armor, Skeletor, and Panther. Night Stalker in the box, Stridor in the box, the AMF radio in the box. Some of the VHS, I have a bunch of VHS on their way that I picked up recently. A calendar, 86 calendar, just some original ads that I had framed. Some of the glasses, some of the Burger King cups. Down here we have the original box for Fright Fighter. Here's all 10 of the orbs, including Comet Cat, which is kind of the rare one. Here are all of the McDonald's toys. I have them all in the original packages, but they're hard to display in the bags. Here is the picture play light, like a Light Bright. Here is the Viewmaster. A couple of the lunch boxes. I only have 2 right now, but I need to pick up some more. I know there's more out there. Lots of sticker packs. Some more new stuff. Here's one of my favorite pieces. Is Wonder Bread. He is legit. He's original. I got him in his own separate case there. Some more modern stuff. The Christmas tree ornament. There's a vintage car there. Moving along, we also have a lot of the invitation stuff that was on the other wall. The Mega Laser, the Stilt Stalker, some of the original live show ad. The 2 books from Golden Books, the oversized books, I think are really neat. Those get pretty pricey. I've seen them as high as $50 to $100 a piece for those books. There's a Filmation cell of Tila. My holiday Filmation He-Man, which I need to get another one. I just can't open that one because I love the wrapping paper on it, so I need to buy another one. Down here's my start of the Loyal Subjects. I just started getting into them. I have a pretty good start, but got a couple rare ones. I know the pink Tila is a little rare, but just started collecting those. Here are the other pieces of Eternia. I have them in a shadow box just because they're easy to lose. You know, the wrench and all the different weapons. A set of the loose erasers. An exclusive from Super 7, a Skeletoin, a coin that was given out at their booth. The pint size, some sticker books. Going over here, we have just the original Half Boots, Skeletor, and He-Man. Just put them 2 together in a case. Here are a lot of the other Filmation figures. I just ran out of room to display them. There's He-Man himself. Down here, I got a pretty good collection of the books. Vintage books and new books. I loved the Dark Horse books of the art and the mini comics and things like that. A lot of the games. So here's Snake Mountain, rescue game, some action games, some of the more modern DVD stuff, just the completed series. I need to pick up the She-Ra one, but I have the Christmas special and the 2000X. Down here, just some unopened puzzles. Here's just kind of a random Doomcopter of the New Adventures of He-Man. It's the only one vehicle I have boxed and unopened. I just don't have any room to display it right now. This is my Motu comics, so it's a giant collection of the comic books. The whole thing is full. I pretty much have all the comics. Down here is all my lists, checklists, and extra weapons, and when I'm trying to complete loose figures there. The last part of the room, we have some more original Filmation. It's not a cell, but it's just one of the illustrations. Up here is actually the only 3 vintage carded figures I have. I need to really start on my carded figures, but I have Leech and Stinkor. These are just placeholder empty cards. I have a lot of empty cards. Wrapping paper, I have all kinds of different sizes and shapes of the vintage wrapping paper. He-Man kite here. I have 3 of the, I think 2 of them are original vintage posters. This is one of them here. This is a reproduction of one of the original ads, but I think it's really cool. Then here is another vintage poster that I actually found in that original frame, or whoever framed it originally. I just kept it in their frame. Here is a He-Man chalkboard. These are always, I always thought these were cool. These are the lunch bags, just the brown bags. He-Man and Skeletor. In the middle of the room here is the last piece. This is the Classics Castle Grayskull with the Wind Raider and some of the newer pieces here. So whenever I find a deal on just a loose Classics, I'll pick it up. But it's mainly really only interested in the original figures. I love Wondar and his loaf of bread there. King He-Man, Teela, Prince Adam, Merman. He's not complete, but he's in really good shape there. Down here I have a weird fanny pack. The Mega Constructs Castle Grayskull. I've seen videos of people putting those together. That looks way too complicated. I'm not going to put that together. There's the Wind Raider. I'm looking forward to Battle Bones. I know it's out there, but I don't know if they're ever going to release that in stores or not. Down here on the bottom is the 2000X Castle Grayskull. And the last part of the collection here is Battle Bones 2000X in the box and some more He-Man. Now the only thing I have that's not in this room is the vintage bicycle, which I have in my garage hanging upside down, and I'll show that in another video. So this is the overall collection from December 2019, and as I get new pieces, I'll create new videos, and I'll also go into detail on some of these Grail pieces. Thanks for watching.